Okay, next we try to develop the relationship between the tank level sensor, which are low level and high level. Both of this is a level sensor for the tank. Pump and the relationship with the discharge valve V101. Okay, so the relationship between the tank level sensor high, tank level sensor low, discharge valve V101, and fill pump P101. Okay. Okay, now let's assume that the tank is empty. Okay, the tank is empty. So we have high and we have low. So when the tank is empty, meaning to say the level sensor high provide logic 0, level sensor low provide logic 0. And when both is 0, we have to ensure that the discharge valve must be off and the pump must be working, provided the start push button is pressed. Okay. Then, if the water start to fill in, if the water start to fill in, let's say this is water and the level of water increase, so that we're going to have the low level sensor will provide logic 1, and because it's still filling the tank, the high level sensor is still 0. So pump is still working and valve must be turned off. Okay, if the tank is full, if the tank is full, obviously when the tank is full, when the tank is full, let's say this one, this is the liquid level, so that we have high level become high and low level become high. So pump must be turned off, and the valve possibly to be true, provided this one is upon activation of valve push button. Upon activation of valve push button. Same goes to this one. This one is upon activation of start push button. Okay. So we're going to start with start and stop push button. So the network 1, let me do it here. The network 1, possible network 1 is for the start and stop push button. So we have start, then we have stop. So when we press start, then our pump will work. Pump 101 will start working, and because we want the pump is always work, so we have to introduce the latching here. So P101. Okay, so the P101. So we try to provide you a visualization. When we have start push button, then we have stop push button. Okay, and this is the tank. Then we have high, then we have low. Okay, assume that the start push button is pressed. Start push button is pressed. Assuming that the liquid level in the tank is empty, and below the low line, so the liquid is start to fill. So pump will start to fill in the water. Okay, if we press stop, then the pump will stop. Okay, another condition is when the liquid level reach high. When it reach high, this high level sensor is triggered. So it will provide the logic with AND logic, which is when it reach high level, it will stop pump. So that's why we have to introduce normally closed high level sensor here. Okay. So when we press start push button, current flow will start the pump, and then it will keep latching. Okay, even though because the start push button is the push button. It's a momentary push button. Okay. So again, we have in the PNID diagram, we have a discharge valve. Which is V101, whereby the V101 is upon the activation of valve push button. Okay. So the next network, we're going to associate the valve push button for the discharge. Okay. So the second network, going to associate the valve push button, this push button, with the discharge. So again, this is valve push button. Will activate the discharge valve. This one. Okay. So this discharge valve. And the discharge valve will provide latching for the discharge valve, so that as long as the valve, because of the valve push button is a momentary action, when we press and release, it will provide latching to the circuit. Okay, when it will stop? It will stop when the liquid in this tank, when the liquid in this tank is getting to this level, to the low level. Okay, to the low level, at this level. So when at that level, the low level sensor will become normally open. Okay, normally open. So that we have to introduce normally open here. Normally open for low sensor. Okay. And finally, we have to associate the off indicator, which is network 3. Off indicator. So this is the network 3. Whenever we can associate whenever the pump is stopped, then turn off indicator will turn on. So we can do whenever the pump is off, this is off indicator. Okay, so we have forgotten to put the on indicator, so we can put the on indicator here. So this is on indicator. So whenever the pump indicator turn off, whenever the pump is off, the off indicator will turn on.